Hey! Hello, friends! Oops! Oh no! I guess that's a tsunami! Come, let me tell you all about it. Zoom in! Tsunamis are caused by sudden movements of the ocean floor due to earthquakes, landslides on the seafloor, land slumping into the ocean, large volcanic eruptions, or a meteorite crash on the ocean floor. When an earthquake, a landslide, or a volcanic eruption occurs on the sea or ocean bed, a vertical jolt is created, which displaces the bed and causes extreme tension in water. The water is pushed upwards, but gravity tries to pull it down. This causes an upsurge in the water levels, and the waves start moving away from the point of tension. Tsunamis are barely felt as a ripple on the ocean surface as the water is quite deep. But as and when those waves reach the land, the water becomes shallower and the waves constantly increase in height. They hit the shore and, oh my, cause a lot of destruction. It is said the first wave of a tsunami is not the strongest, but the successive waves are bigger and stronger. Oh, and tsunamis can travel at a speed of about 500 miles per hour, which is almost as fast as a jet plane. And that's why tsunami waves are called killer waves. Deadly, isn't it? Trivia time! Did you know that a tsunami wave can be less than 30 centimeters in height and can pass off unnoticed? If you get stuck in a tsunami, don't swim, because the currents will pull you in the opposite direction. Just hold on to a floating object and be safe. This is me zooming out. Tune in next time for more fun facts. Whoa! You're laughing, right? Watching me tumble like that? Are you? Oh, no, go ahead. But hey, do you know what just happened? Whoa! There we go again! Well, this is nothing but an earthquake. A small one indeed. Come, let me tell you about earthquakes today. Zoom in! The surface of the earth is like a jigsaw puzzle. Yes, it's not a single piece of land, but approximately 20 pieces of a puzzle that constantly move. But you don't feel it because they move quite slowly. Each one of those puzzle pieces are called tectonic plates. So, whenever those plates hit, bump, or slide past another plate, an earthquake is caused. The surface where these plates slip is called the fault or the fault plane. So, when do you think it happens? Well, it happens all the time. But hey, don't be scared. Most of the times, we don't feel the quakes as they are too small to reach us. But sometimes they are so strong that they can be felt over 1,000 miles away. The place where the earthquake originates is called the hypocenter, and the place where it occurs on the Earth's surface is called the epicenter. There are 3 types of earthquakes. Convergent boundary. Here, one plate is forced over another during an earthquake, which causes a thrust fault. Many hills and mountains have been formed due to the convergent boundary. Divergent boundary. Here, plates are drifted apart from each other, forming a rift zone. This kind gives birth to new ocean flows. transform fault. Here the plates slip by each other, and this is also called strike slip. So, earthquakes are nothing but the shaking, rolling, or a sudden shock of the Earth's surface. Now you know that whenever the Earth is stressed or angry, it shakes and grumbles. Don't be scared. I was just kidding. Trivia time! The instrument used by scientists to measure the intensity of earthquake is known as a seismograph. A tsunami is caused when earthquakes occur underwater. Whoa! Whoa! Yikes! I need to rush before I tumble again. So this is me zooming out. Tune in next time for more fun facts. Whee! Whoa! Whee! Huh? Oh my! This is a flood! Help! Help! But first, you need to learn about floods. Zoom in! Many of you might think that floods are just overflowing of water. Well, it is much more than that. An event when a dry piece of land suddenly gets submerged in water is usually known as floods. Oh, don't take it lightly. A flood comes in all depths. Sometimes it is so high that you don't even have a place to go. The power of floods is sometimes very dangerous. It can knock your car off and sweep you off your feet too. Causes of floods are heavy rains, river overflow, tsunami or hurricanes, ice or snow melts, breaking of dams, etc. Whoa! Help! So, a flood can be divided majorly into three categories. Slow onset floods. This kind of flood usually happens when water bodies overflood their banks. As the name suggests, this one develops slowly, which can last for days or even weeks. Rapid onset floods. This kind of flood lasts for a day or two. Even though it is destructive, it still takes a little time to develop and thus giving people a chance to escape. Now comes the most dangerous of them all, flash floods. This kind occurs within a very short time, that is 2 to 6 hours, and sometimes within minutes. This doesn't give any time to prepare. No warnings, no words of caution, just destruction. But hey, don't lose heart. We can do our bits to prevent floods. Yes, that's right. Planting more trees help preventing floods. The roots of plants and trees dig deep into the soil and create spaces between soil particles, which help in seeping and holding on to floodwater. Trivia time! Floods can even occur in deserts. In ancient Egypt, people relied on the Nile River floods because they created enriched soil for farmers. So, what are the three types of floods? This is me zooming out. Tune in next time for more fun facts. Hey friends, isn't the weather lovely? Wait a minute, is it me or is the ground moving? Whoa, be careful, it's a landslide. Let me tell you about this natural disaster. Zoom in! When the upper mass of the soil gets dislocated from the lower layers and travels downslope, it is referred to as a landslide. It is also called a landslip or a mudslide. Landslides can be caused by a number of reasons. It could be either natural causes like volcanic eruptions, soil erosion, and sometimes heavy rainfall increases the wrath of landslides. Even human activities like mining, cutting trees increase the fragility of land and make it more prone to landslides. One of the most prevalent reasons is gravity. Well, whatever is up has to fall down due to gravity, isn't it? Landslides can either move very slowly, like some millimeters per year, or it could be disastrously fast, sometimes more than 100 miles per hour. But if you're living on a flat land with no hills or mountains, then you're safe. But if you're living somewhere between mountains and on a hilly terrain, then, my friends, you might be at risk. But don't worry, you could always prepare with some simple steps. Avoid building houses near steep slopes or at the edges of mountains. Stay away from drainage paths because water flow increases the speed of landslides. Landslides do not only happen on Earth. Many scientists believe that planets like Mercury, Mars, and Venus have had landslides too. Whoa, looks like, friends, I'm not even safe here! Trivia time! Landslides can happen underwater too, and they are called submarine landslides. The Heart Mountain landslide is the largest landslide ever recorded that has happened 50 million years ago. So friends, what are the other two names for landslides? Post it right below in the comment section and wait for more fun facts. This is me zooming out. Oh, hello friends. Oh. Are you wondering what this is? Well, it's the molten lava that comes out from a volcano. Come, let me tell you what a volcano is. Zoom in! I'm sure you've seen mountains that open up and blurt out thick molten semi-solid like substance. Well, that's called a volcano. Let's learn more about it. A volcano is a vent or chimney that connects magma from within the Earth's crust to the Earth's surface. The liquid rock is called magma when it is under the Earth's surface and lava after it comes out. So, how does a volcano erupt? The molten rock stored in the magma chamber rises through the crater pipe pockets. As it travels up the main vent, gases expand and water becomes steam, creating pressure. When the pressure can no longer be contained, the volcano erupts through the crater and secondary side vents. Common volcanic gases include water vapor, carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, hydrogen chloride, hydrogen fluoride, and hydrogen sulfide. Popular belief is that volcanoes are large cone-shaped mountains, but that's not true. There are many more types of volcanoes, such as white plateaus, fissure vents, and bulging dome shapes. There are also volcanoes found on the ocean floor and even under ice caps, such as those found in Iceland. Trivia time! The word volcano originally comes from the name of the Roman god of fire, Vulcan. The tallest volcano in the solar system isn't on Earth at all, but on Mars. So tune in next time for some more fun-filled facts. This is me zooming out. Oh, what's wrong with the water today? One day of no water can be so troublesome, isn't it? But can you imagine living for a week without adequate water supply? That's what happens in a drought. And this is what we'll be talking about today. Come on, zoom in! Droughts are usually defined as extended periods of time with less than average rainfall, causing a water shortage on the surface, in the atmosphere, or in the groundwater levels. It truly becomes a disaster when it begins to affect crops and the lives of people and animals alike. Droughts can lead to the destruction of crops, erosion of soil, severe shortage of water supply, etc. Droughts can be classified into 4 different types. These are meteorological drought. This kind of drought is specific to different regions based on the weather. For example, 20 inches of rainfall in a year is normal for place A, but the same amount could be very less to place B. Agricultural drought. This accounts for the water needs of crops and agriculture. For instance, not enough water at planting may cause low yields, leading to low plant populations. Hydrological drought refers to continuous low water volumes in streams, rivers, and reservoirs. Human activities can worsen hydrological droughts. Hydrological drought is often linked with meteorological droughts. Socio-economic drought. This occurs when the demand for water exceeds the supply. Examples of this could be when a state requires a lot more water than is produced from hydroelectric stations or underground wells. Now that you know about what droughts are, let me tell you some tips on how to survive them. The one major rule you must keep in mind is save water. So, here are some tips for saving water during a drought. Fill the washing machine and dishwasher to full before starting them. Wash fruits and vegetables in a bowl of water instead of under running water. Don't leave the water running while washing your face or brushing your teeth. Take smaller showers, or if you use a bathtub, fill it only halfway. And most importantly, recycle. Don't waste water that can be reused somewhere else, such as to water plants or cleaning. Trivia time! Only 0.3% of water on Earth is fresh water available for human consumption. A once thriving settlement by the Pueblo people in Chaco Canyon, New Mexico was abandoned in the 13th century due to a 60-year mega drought. Well, friends, now you know what droughts are and how to prepare and survive through them. For more fun facts, tune in next time. Till then, this is me zooming out.
Oh, little kitty, today isn't the day to step out and have fun in the snow.
Why?
Because a winter storm is coming.
Oh no! What is it?
Well, that's an issue we'll figure out by answering a chilling question. What are winter storms? Zoom in! Are the joys of snowy winters, where snowmen become our sculpting projects, sled are magic carpets, and snowballs are playful artillery in battles with friends and family. Yet, amid these wintry delights, there's a natural disaster that demands caution, the winter storm. And what is it? In simple terms, a winter storm is a meteorological disturbance that results in heavy snowfall, often accompanied by strong winds. It includes various weather conditions such as snowstorms, ice storms, freezing rain, strong winds, and the most extreme of all, blizzards, which can last for at least 3 hours and produce a substantial amount of falling snow. Blizzards also feature winds measuring over 35 miles per hour. These winds cause a significant volume of snow to blow around in the air and near the ground, reducing visibility to the point where seeing an object more than 0.25 miles away becomes difficult. But what causes the extreme winter storm in the first place? Well, it begins when water from oceans or lakes evaporates into the sky, somewhat like invisible steam rising from a hot pot. Up there, the warm air meets super cold air from the poles and rises above it. This creates an intriguing scenario where warm air sits atop cold air, and that's when things get interesting. As warm air cools down, it transforms all that moisture into clouds. Within these fluffy clouds, tiny water droplets unite with minuscule particles, freezing into the remarkable shapes of snowflakes. They begin small, but sticking to one another, they grow into larger snowflakes that eventually drift down to Earth in large numbers, causing a winter storm that blankets everything in a snowy embrace. These weather conditions pose various risks such as increased car accidents, the threat of hypothermia and frostbite, and the potential of heart issues due to excessive exertion, which put individuals with health concerns at greater risk. Therefore, it is vital to take safety measures to prevent any tragedies. Let's take a look at them. Before a winter storm hits, create a disaster plan and assemble an essential kit, including a first aid kit, emergency food, water, a radio, a flashlight, warm clothes and blankets. Keep an eye on the changing weather conditions. During a winter storm, stay indoors, dress warmly, eat regularly for energy, and stay hydrated. If you have to go outside, layer up with clothing, gloves, and a hat. Always carry a cell phone and inform someone of your whereabouts. After a winter storm, avoid going out until conditions improve and refrain from excessive work, as shoveling snow can lead to heart attacks. Check on neighbors, friends, and family to ensure everyone's safety. Always remember, preparedness and caution are your best companions when facing the challenges of icy weather. It's trivia time! Did you know the most famous recorded blizzard in American history was the Great Blizzard of 1888, which occurred between March 11th and 14th? Yes, this blizzard extended all the way from the American states of Maine to Maryland. Hope you learned something important today. Until next time, it's me, Dr. Binocs, zooming out. Never mind.
Hello? It's quite windy today, so I thought I'll take a quick flight. Ooh, it sure is windy.
Oh no, it's a storm.
You mean hurricane?
Hurricane, storm, whatever, just run.
You mean fly?
Oh, forget it. Just come, Dr. Binocs.
Oh, okay. Well, that reminds me that today's topic is hurricane. Zoom in. Whoa! A hurricane is a huge storm that generally forms over warm ocean waters near the equator. The warm air above the ocean rises upward, thus creating an area of low pressure below. Air from the surrounding areas push in and try to fill the area with low air pressure, which now becomes warm and moist and rises too. As the moist air rises, the surrounding air again tries to fill in. And this process continues till the water in the air forms clouds. Soon the clouds and winds spin around, fueled by the ocean's heat and water vapor. Therefore, hurricanes could also be called giant engines that use warm and moist air as their fuel. When we see from the top, hurricanes can be as huge as 300 miles wide. The center of the hurricane is called the eye of the hurricane, which is the calmest part. The eye wall surrounds the eye, where the most damaging winds are found. It can range anywhere from 5 to 30 miles. Then comes the rain bands, which surround the eye wall. These bands are a series of dense clouds that give a pinwheel-like appearance to the hurricane, which range from 50 to 300 miles. Hurricanes are divided into 5 categories, depending on the speed of their wind. Here, take a look. Category 3, 4, and 5 are the most dangerous ones. Trivia time! A huge hurricane can release energy equivalent to 10 atomic bombs per second. Hurricanes in the Pacific Ocean are known as typhoons. Whoa! So this is me zooming out. Tune in next time for more fun facts. Bye!
Oh no! What happened? Are you okay?
The water balloon burst!
Phew! The sound was like a cloudburst.
Can clouds really burst?
Excellent question. So, let's burst into the science behind what causes a cloudburst. Zoom in. While rain is typically regarded as a life-sustaining force, a cloudburst is a distinct meteorological phenomenon characterized by extremely intense and sudden rainfall, usually exceeding 100 millimeters or 4 inches within an hour over a localized area. This overwhelming downpour often triggers flash floods and landslides, posing serious risks to human life, infrastructure, and ecosystems. A cloudburst is classified as a geohydrological hazard, meaning it arises from the interaction between geological factors such as terrain, soil structure and slope stability, and hydrological processes like intense rainfall and surface water accumulation. But the vital question remains, what makes a cloudburst so ferocious and why does it happen? It all begins when warm, moist air from low-lying areas like plains is pushed upward along mountain slopes, a process called orographic lifting. As the air rises into higher altitude regions with lower atmospheric pressure, it begins to expand and cool adiabatically, meaning the air spreads out without exchanging heat with its surroundings. This expansion uses the air's internal energy, causing a drop in temperature. When the air cools to its dew point, water vapor condenses into tiny droplets, forming clouds, often cumulonimbus clouds, which are towering, dense, and capable of producing thunderstorms, lightning, and torrential rain. But before the rain begins, strong updrafts or powerful upward air currents form inside these massive clouds. They suspend water droplets and ice particles, preventing them from falling. As condensation continues, the cloud becomes saturated and heavy, holding vast amounts of water in a fragile balance. Eventually, when the updrafts weaken or the droplets become too large to remain suspended, the water plummets downward in a sudden and intense burst. This is the cloudburst. The shower is further intensified by a process called Langmuir precipitation, in which large raindrops collide with and absorb smaller ones as they fall, causing them to grow rapidly. This makes the downpour even more violent and abrupt. The result is a powerful flood of rain that the land cannot absorb or drain fast enough. In hilly or mountainous terrain, the water rushes downhill, funneling into narrow valleys and riverbeds. This can trigger flash floods, mudslides, and landslides, blocking roads, damaging homes, and isolating or endangering entire communities, wildlife, and vegetation. So, can we prevent cloudbursts? Unfortunately, no natural disaster can be fully prevented, but we can reduce their impact. Early warning systems such as Doppler radar can detect the atmospheric conditions that lead to a cloudburst up to 6 hours in advance, allowing time for evacuation and emergency response. Therefore, always pay close attention to weather alerts. It's also critical to avoid building in low-lying or landslide-prone areas, especially in mountainous regions. If you ever witness a cloudburst, stay away from rivers, drains, or flooded streets, as water levels can rise dangerously fast. And most importantly, continue to learn and respect the incredible power of nature. Trivia time! Did you know most cloudbursts happen in the mountains? Also, a single cumulonimbus cloud, the type responsible for cloudbursts, can hold hundreds of millions of liters of water. Hope you learned something vital today. Until next time, it's me, Dr. Binocs, zooming out. Oh! Never mind. Wait, little kitty. Don't go there. Well, the snow on that slope seems a bit unstable, so it's better if we stay on this side to avoid causing an avalanche.
What's that?
Let me share this snowy situation with you all by answering a life-saving question. What causes an avalanche? Zoom in! I'm sure that just like me and Kitty, you love to play in these icy cold flakes. You may sled over it, build a snowman, or throw snowballs at your friends and family. But apart from these bright sides, there is a dark side that covers the snow in the form of a natural disaster called an avalanche, which occurs when a layer of snow collapses and slides downhill at a terrifying speed. The amount of snow in an avalanche varies based on many factors, but it can be such a massive amount that it can bury everything in its path under dozens of feet of snow, including humans who tragically lose their lives due to it. Not only that, the larger avalanches are even known to wipe out forests and entire villages. But then, what causes the snow to lose control in the first place? You see, as snow falls, it starts to build layers of snow, and with time, it hardens and bonds together. However, When some layers form weak bonds due to light and fluffy snow powder, they create an unstable foundation. So, any new snow falling over them remains prone to sliding down the hill. But the shape and slope of the mountain play a crucial role in causing avalanches. Slopes over 60 degrees are too steep for snow to accumulate, and slopes under 25 degrees are too gentle to cause speedy snowslides. The risky zone falls between 30 and 45 degrees, which causes the snow to rush down due to both natural and artificial triggers. Let's see how. You see, when weak snow accumulates, any natural factors like rain or earthquakes can make it slide down the mountainside. Not only that, even the movement of large animals like moose or bison can also stress the snowpack and lead to avalanches. On the other hand, when it comes to artificial triggers, the vibrations from snowmobile engines, the weight of skiers, and the use of explosives or gunshots can also trigger deadly avalanches that can quickly reach speeds of over 80 miles per hour. Skiers caught in such avalanches can be buried beneath dozens of feet of snow. While it's possible to dig out of such avalanches, not everyone is able to escape. Therefore, it's important to take certain safety measures when you decide to play with and around the snow. Firstly, always check avalanche forecasts and conditions before heading into the mountains. Then, when you do venture out, travel with a group and stay close to each other as safety comes in numbers. Always carry essential safety equipment such as an avalanche transceiver, probe and shovel, and know how to use them. Additionally, choose your routes carefully, avoiding steep slopes and areas prone to avalanches. Be aware of your surroundings, looking for signs of unstable snow layers and recent avalanches. Never play under steep slopes or build snow forts or tunnels in these areas. By being informed, prepared and cautious, you can have a safe and enjoyable time in these winter wonderlands. Trivia time! Did you know that in 90% of avalanche accidents, the victim or someone in the victim's group causes the snow slide? Also, if a victim can be rescued within 18 minutes, the survival rate is greater than 91%. Hope you learned something paramount today. Until next time, it's me, Dr. Binocs, zooming out. Never mind!
Whoa! Whoa! Get inside the car, Kitty! We need to hurry up! We need to get out of here quickly! It's coming! It's coming!
What?
The tornado! Hey friends, you two quickly take shelter because in today's episode, we are entering the eye of the storm. That is, the tornado. Zoom in! The weather has many sides, sometimes cool, sometimes hot, sometimes pleasant, and sometimes extreme, creating thunderstorms, cyclones, floods, etc. And one of the most extreme, brutal, and potent forms of weather is a type of a storm we call tornadoes. A tornado, which is also known as twisters, are rapidly rotating columns of air that reach from a storm cloud to the Earth's surface And when tornadoes are formed, they are a brutal force to reckon with that can tear apart everything that comes on its way, causing massive destruction to the surroundings. It's because of this very nature of tornadoes that scientists have shown a keen interest in it. But the formation of a tornado is so complex that scientists still don't completely understand it, as conditions that give rise to one tornado does not necessarily be responsible for forming another one. But what we know so far is that a tornado is formed under a powerful and big thunderstorm called supercells. When cold, dry air moving from one direction meets warm, moist air coming from another direction, it creates instability in the atmosphere. And as the cold air is dense or heavier, it slides down under the warm air and pushes it upwards very fast. The faster moving air begins to spin and roll over the slower wind, creating an invisible horizontal spinning effect like a cylinder in the lower atmosphere. As the winds continue to build up, stronger and more powerful warm air forces the spinning winds vertically upward, causing an updraft. And with an increase in momentum and speed, the spinning winds create a vortex. Now the wind has enough energy to fuel itself and eventually keep going to form a tornado. And when the pointed part of the tornado touches the Earth's surface from the cloud, it is often referred to as a touchdown. And then it goes and does what it does best. That is, destroy everything along its path. Trivia time! Did you know the duration of tornadoes and the distance they travel varies? Most of the tornadoes last only less than 10 minutes and travel around 5 to 10 kilometers before vanishing. But in some cases, however, they can last several hours and cross distances over 150 kilometers. Also, the deadliest tornado ever recorded was in Bangladesh in 1989 as it sailed through the Dhaka region of the country. More than 20 villages were destroyed and around 1,300 people were killed. Remember, my friends, tornadoes are nature's way of showing anger, and there is nothing we can do to stop it. But if you ever come across one, then quickly run to a basement or get under a sturdy piece of furniture like a table and crouch down on your knees and protect your head with your arms and stay inside the house until it's safe to come out. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Until next time, it's me, Dr. Binocs, zooming out. Oh, never mind!
Oh, quickly! Let's get into the car, Kitty. Phew! That was close.
He's scared.
Well, it's not just you, little kitty. When it comes to the forces of nature, few other things have sparked as much fear in us as the thunderous lightning. Wait a minute. That's an electrifying topic to explore. Hey friends, in today's episode, let us try to understand the mechanics of these forky bolts and answer a flashing question. What causes lightning? Zoom in! Lightning is a huge electrical spark that can be 8 kilometers long, followed by an earth-shattering big boom noise that could be very unsettling to the ears. And each bolt is so powerful that it would take up to 80 million car batteries to equal the power of one thunderbolt. This single bolt has enough energy to light a 100-watt bulb for 3 months. But these powerhouses come with a hefty cost, as they can destroy anything that comes under their striking zone. Yes, though roughly 90% of people hit by lightning survive. However, they may suffer severe injury due to internal organ and nervous system damage. But the vital question is, what causes these flashy bright lights on a stormy day and night? Well, to know about it, let's start with your own life. Now tell me, have you ever been shocked when you touched a doorknob, a car door handle, or a water fountain? Well, if you did, then you might have been part of generating a mini lightning bolt. Yes, my friends, that shock you experienced is the effects of static electricity, which builds up in things around us and stays there for a while. These tiny electric charges are generated when two things are rubbed together. So, when you scuff your feet on a woolly carpet, you pick up little bits of negative charge along the way. And when you touch a doorknob or something else made of metal, which has a positive charge with few electrons, the extra electrons take this opportunity and jump from you to the knob. And zap! You feel the shocking sensation. And what's more shocking to know is that the same phenomenon causes lightning, but at a much grander scale. Yes, the clouds hovering in the sky during the storm have bits of ice in them. And when these icy particles rub each other, they cause an electrical charge to increase inside the cloud. Some particles have a negative charge, while some are positively charged. These two opposite charges tend to pull towards each other just like a magnet. Usually, these charges are evenly balanced. But the stormy winds in the cloud cause them to separate within the cloud and generate lightning in them. But we are more worried about the flashes that zap from the cloud and hit the ground. Most often, the negative charge settles at the lower part of the cloud, and since opposites attract, this causes a positive charge to build upon the ground beneath the cloud. The ground's electrical charge concentrates on anything that sticks up, such as mountains, a single tree, or a pole. The charge coming up from these points eventually connects with a charge reaching down from the clouds. And zip zap zoop, we see the flashy fork-shaped electric currents shooting up in the cloud. It happens so fast that lightning seems to be hitting the ground. But in reality, it's the other way around. Shocking, isn't it? Trivia time! Did you know every second about 100 lightning bolts strike the earth? Yes, in the USA alone, lightning hits the ground 25 million times a year. Hope you learned something new in today's episode. Until next time, it's me, Dr. Binocs, zooming out. Never mind.